Hello, Bethel Park. Welcome to Pro Sports in Monroeville. Jimmy Cvetic invited us to do a series of 4 shows at his local gyms, and we're going to promote boxing and what he does for the kids in the neighborhood. We're going to have Jimmy up here. We got Gloria to interview, and we got plenty of folks to bring on camera. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. I got my co-host Smokin' Jim Frazier. This is a special edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline. Thanks again to Jimmy Cvetic for signing us up to do this, and there'll be a series of 4 shows in his boxing gyms over the next 3-4 weeks. So here we go with Smokin' Jim. We always start our show off with what's on our mind, but before I get to that, this show will be seen sometime in the next week once it gets edited and put up, and it'll be on TV 5 other times on Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park, Verizon 32 right here in Monroeville, Pittsburgh, Nemacolin, Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between, Verizon 32. So check us out. We'll have links out there, and our Facebook page has 6,642 likes. Thanks for watching our show and liking our page. We'll get some more likes now that we got new fans and new guests. And we start our show off with What's on Your Mind. It's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski, who's a boxing trainer, does a lot of things as a judge and everything else as Skeets Service Station. They sponsor our segment, What's on Your Mind. Anything that runs on gas, Skeets can work on it. He's near Trax Farm and Mineral Beach, right past there on 88 in Finleyville. Check him out. And here we go with What's on Your Mind, Smokin' Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. Hey, I want to thank everybody for inviting us out, especially Jimmy Cvetic and Gloria. We're here at the Pro Sports in Monroeville. And anytime you come to Monroeville, you already feel like you're a champion. I want to say congratulations.
I'm a champ.
Good. Move to Monroeville then. I want to say congratulations to Gateway High School. The Gateway High School girls won the WPIL championships this year, and the boys won the WPIL football championships in dominating fashion. Listen, we're here to celebrate the 90th year anniversary of the Golden Gloves. The Golden Gloves, Al Levine, the Talking Machine, started in 1928, and I feel like this group. Thank you, sir. I feel like this group of fighters from Pittsburgh maybe is the best group that I've ever seen, and I think they got a great chance to do well against the fighters from Philadelphia. Don't forget that Pennsylvania, not only Pittsburgh, has a lot of championship teams. You know what the Eagles did this year. Villanova won the national championship. So on April 28th, Saturday, April 28th, at 7 o'clock, you're going to see the City of Champions versus the Super Bowl champions. You know, you're going to see the Lombardi Trophy versus the Stanley Cup. And I really believe we have some fighters out of Pittsburgh not only going to win the state championship this year, but I think go on to nationals. And we may have a few national champions, Al Levine, the Talking Machine.
Thank you, Smokin' Jim Frazier, and thanks to Jimmy Cvetic and Gloria for the nice poster. We'll be doing the fights. We'll be filming these fights at Pro Sports Monroeville. I found it in 45 minutes from Bethel Park, left the studio. I made it. This will be a great night. Saturday night, 7 o'clock is bell time. And they'll try to be on time. You know, boxing, I got a standing bet that they're always a few minutes late. So get yourself out here about 6:30. We'll start filming the fights. It'll be a great night of fights. I'm excited about it with the champions that we have here in Pittsburgh. We'll take on all comers. Come on. Let's give it our best this time. And it's 855 Macbeth Drive, Monroeville, 15146.
God's country.
That's what Smokin' Jim says. I finally made it. They talked me into coming out here. I'll see what this God's country's all about. Let's start this show. We're going to bring up some guests. What's your name?
Gloria Stikowski.
I know you, but we got to tell our fans here.
Gloria Stikowski.
Thank you.
Jimmy Savetic.
Nice with the hand waves. What are we doing here tonight?
Well, this evening we did a little bit of work with our 2018 Golden Glove champions
Nice.
for the Western Pennsylvania area, and we are going to bring the Pennsylvania State Finals here to Pittsburgh, to the Monroeville area, and we're tonight at the Pro Sports Center. So
No, this is a great facility. Never
it's
saw it
beautiful.
before. It's huge. We got some people playing basketball and stuff behind us.
yeah, those people are pretty special. I think you'll be talking with them pretty soon.
I
because-
recognize a few of them.
Exactly. What's going on back there? It was funny because we did a little training with them earlier at one of the gyms, and from their boxing workout we did, and we talked about some of the things that would be happening with the team this year coming up. And
They got a lot of great young fighters.
oh, they're beautiful, beautiful fighters. And we came here so that they could see and get a feel for the facility and kind of own the place, you know, so that they could get a.
Looks like they're doing pretty good
They're
with that
doing
basketball.
great. you know, I was just telling the smoking over there. I says, "Hey, watch their footwork. Look at their footwork. They're moving like boxers. You know."
Nice.
They are
Little
boxers.
side to side.
Exactly.
Put that one foot
Exactly.
forward. Give them a bad angle to hit.
That's it. That's it. But it's a beautiful evening, and this is something special for them. We had this evening 3 of the female
Boxers?
boxers that came in, and that was excellent. And we have all the other young athletes that are the men that are here. So I think we're going to have a very solid team this year.
Thanks for the background here.
There
I
you
needed
go.
to find out what we were doing here. Jimmy tricked me into this.
that Jimmy, you know
well,
that Jimmy.
thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it. I'm glad we could be here.
Listen, I worked with you many years. Smoke Man, you know what it's about. It's about the kids. What are we here for? We're building champions in and out of the ring.
Amen.
You see, in this gold medal, this is just a stepping stone, you see? A stepping stone in life. It's an achievement. It is something to be proud of. We are from a great city, and the community of Monroeville, welcome Monroeville, welcomes everyone. They are helping us out. We love our community. It is what it is. And when this gets placed on an athlete, it is no less the pride that you would have for Olympics. You know, that you have.
Plus, the hard work that these kids, trainers, you, Gloria, and everybody else associated with, that's what I respect that you put into this. Your time and your effort, it comes out in the activities and progress that the kids make from the beginning of the season till the end of the season. I see it each year. I'm proud to know you, be able to do a show with you, 4 shows with you, and to promote these kids. I do it in Bethel Park. I honor a kid that died of brain cancer, DIPG, this Joey Fabus. He was designated with DIPG. It's a brain cancer. He died 9 years old.
Wow.
And the family does fundraisers. These are things that we're dealing with, living, active children. Whether they're in trouble or not, they're here to learn boxing and get better as citizens.
You couldn't have said it better. Look, all these young men and women, there are virtually 4,000 kids last year that we bought Christmas presents for their parents.
Congratulations, too. That's quite the honor to do that and be associated with you.
But at 4,000 kids were left here, their parents had either died from the opioids or were incarcerated. We helped 17,000 children here in Monroeville.
That's amazing.
At the Monroeville Mall. You know, we believe in this. These young kids, look at them. They're healthy. They're beautiful. They have a wonderful life ahead of them. They're not using drugs. You do not need drugs. Sure.
I agree.
They're athletes. We are here to make the world a better place, really. That's what we're about.
Well, you're making them into better athletes, better citizens, and they're able to carry it on with their families and friends, too, which means a lot because some of them come from broken homes, like you're saying, or even no parents. I mean, can you imagine not having any parents? I had 2 great parents.
Likewise.
Yes, I want to get the kids up here now because and it's past their bedtime. So let me go get them.
Come on, we'll keep on
There you
talking.
go.
You got the talking machine. Let's get some people up
Hey,
there.
Coach.
I've been trying, Pittsburgh Sportsline fans, I've been trying to get this coach, who I respect very much in the world of boxing with his fighters, how he lives his life, how he trains guys, how he yells in the corner before things happen. That's what I look for in a coach. He's able to see something before it happens, and then he has boxers with 2 ears, so they listen.
Yeah, for sure.
And some of them follow through when he's saying, hit that jab, hit that jab. Will you hit that jab?
For sure. Well, I appreciate you having me on, man. Finally.
Tom, tell them your name.
Tom Yankello, World Class Boxing Gym in Ambridge, PA.
Finally got you on.
Finally got me
Pittsburgh
on.
Sportsline.
Yes.
It's a great day. And we got Ace Deuces here, who I knew through the horse business. He posted a Roger Houston race. I said, what a great horse in a race. He goes, I put it up just because of the announcer. Well, I'm friends with Roger Houston, the voice.
Yeah, I'm Carmen Palouse. I'm from Gold Medal Boxing. I dealt with the horse business with Al and my dad, Dave Plone and Rodney Bullen.
I can drop those names too. Doug Snyder, Dane Snyder,
That's right.
Zent,
There you go.
a lot of these guys.
Hey, I'm bringing the fighters to stand behind. Hey, boxers, get
They
behind
can
them.
fill in wherever they want because I'll
Come on,
just
get
keep
behind
talking.
them. Come on.
I got Yankello here. I got to start asking about a few personal things.
Okay.
How long
Oh,
have
yeah.
you been in this sport?
Right here.
From a young man.
Well,
Give me a number.
trainer or fighter?
Fighter.
Everything. Well, put a
I got to go back in history. How are you on
5
it?
years old, really. The first time I put gloves.
What got you started?
First time I ever fought was 12. My dad's brother was a boxer, and my mother's
What was
father
his
was a
name?
boxer. Mike Yankello
Okay. I
And-
like to drop names because I use them all day long.
and Charles Valacorsa. That was my mother's father. So both families were boxing families.
So you had a box.
It was basically, it was the first thing I remember. Really, I do. I don't remember football or basketball. I remember boxing. Before
You
I
had
the
boxing
sport.
gloves in the bassinet.
And the bassinet. So that's what happened. And
Just
then
like you drop that in your kids' cribs.
they already have them in their crib.
I've seen the pictures your wife puts up. I keep liking everything, but I'm following behind.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't want no part of it. But
Well, this has been a career and a life.
I always tell her they're going to migrate what they're used to seeing. So she don't want to hear that either. But
Well, here's the thing. My dad was a basketball referee. He used to drag me around. I'd go to City League championships. I was the only white kid there at a scorer's table. I didn't care what color they were. I liked the sport. He dragged me around all the time. I didn't play basketball because who wants a referee watching you play basketball? I played baseball and football, so I migrated towards that. So I understand exactly, and that's why I promote the positive aspects of sports and what you do. And I appreciate what you do in the corner, like I was kidding about the jab that you yell.
Yeah.
But you tell your boxers that all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Well,
they listen.
it's the most important punch in boxing. I mean,
Did I pull it out all right?
for sure.
So when you started fighting at 12?
Yeah. And I boxed off and on for maybe 5 or 6 years, and then I ended up getting 4 shoulder surgeries.
How many?
I had 4 shoulder surgeries.
What the heck happened?
Well, I was born what they call double jointed.
Yeah,
So
my
my
son
shoulder-
actually is, so I understand that.
My shoulders would pop out of place, and I probably had 27 times my shoulder popped out on the right side, and then my left side.
But I think you were stubborn, so you kept doing this.
kept trying, But that's what basically halted me doing boxing the way I wanted to do it, because that was my dream. But so then I dreamed another dream,
Yeah,
found
you
another
find-
pathway in the same sport because I have the passion for the game.
Well, I know you're passionate because I've seen you in the corner a couple times. I can't repeat some of the verbiage that I hear, but
Yeah.
you do get intense.
don't.
And well, I'm not going to. This is a family show. We're keeping it above board, above the table.
I think I've improved, though. My
Well,
wife-
I'll tell you, in the last year, I've noticed an improvement there.
Okay.
Because before we would hear some things slip out, like with certain fighters, because I think it's certain fighters
For sure.
that you would get a little more fired up, and you might drop an F-bomb or two
Yeah, for sure.
with the jab.
Once in a while. That
But,
hasn't been a
but
while.
you're passionate. I could swear I'm seeing you throw a jab with those bad shoulders in the corner.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, we're really looking forward to this April 28th.
We're going to film it.
This is awesome. This is the first time it's happened since 2011. We were just talking earlier. I had Ed Latimer won the state that year, and then he went to the Nationals in Indianapolis.
Friends with Ed, I know.
Yeah, great guy. And he
Smart guy, too.
He won 2 fights at the Nationals. He actually beat Dominic Brazil at the National Golden Gloves in Indianapolis.
Really?
And that was the kid that went to the Olympics in 2012. Ed Lattimore beat him at the 2011
I didn't know that.
National. Yes, he beat him at 2011 Indianapolis National Golden
We're
Gloves.
getting some history here, folks. 7 years ago.
So that's the last time it was in Pittsburgh. So we're really looking forward to that.
Well, I'm Pittsburgh proud. You know, we're a little prejudiced towards the Pittsburgh fighters, so we have bias when people say you announce the fights. You're sort of for this kid or that kid. Well, I'm respectful of the time and effort that kids, you as trainers and boxers, put in the gym. This is time that you could have with your families, but you're putting it in to better these kids, to build a foundation, and to make them better citizens, actually.
And I think we got a great group of kids in this year, and some really good fighters. I think we have one of the best.
Drop a couple names.
Well, we got Teddy Marconja. He's repeating. He was there,
Yes, he is.
He was there last year.
He's healthy now.
Danny Bodish is repeating. He was there last year. Keontae Irving, who won it last year, and we also have Jerome Baxter. This will be his first year as an open fighter, and he made it to the States.
Had him on the show recently.
And some of the other guys, I don't want to be. I'm ignorant to it. Some of the other kids, I
Put it
don't
like
know.
this:
I know
do you have a gym?
Donnie-
do you focus on your guys?
Donnie Behan is at 201.
Okay.
And then we have Mallory's at heavyweight.
Brian Mowry.
Is it
Mowry.
heavyweight? And Eric Sidnor at 178.
Has one of the best smiles of any boxer I've ever met.
Right. And Danny Buckley.
And a nice right hand.
Right. And Danny Buckley at 52. And I believe that Danny's been there before at the States, right?
Yeah, I think Danny has, because we're big fans of Danny and his
Buckley,
style.
right? He's been at the States before.
How about the shape he's in all the time as a kid?
That's
the
the
shape
key.
that Danny Buckley's in.
Always in great
I'm
shape.
not speaking out of school. He's just one of the
Right.
best at being in shape.
For sure.
He can take a punch, and the angles that he has and punishes people, it's just awesome.
I had a kid fight him in the semifinals, and I mean he beat him on conditioning alone. So there's no doubt about it. He's in great shape.
Well,
every
you
time
whip
out.
your fighters into shape, like I asked Keontae about, whether he runs or not. And he says he does, and you make him run.
For sure, and
It makes him a better fighter.
makes you a better fighter. There's no doubt about it. I mean, yeah, but we work a lot about on the fundamental of the game, and conditioning is nothing works without the conditioning. But
No, I understand. Well, seeing like boxing for years, I've watched boxing and been around guys that trained for Golden Gloves back in the 70s when Monzo's was big, and saw fights, and I'd see these guys come out that were huge. The first round, they were like super. Second round, they weren't as good. The third round, they were getting pounded.
right,
And I go, "Did you ever run anything?" And they're like, "No."
yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm just saying what I see.
Everybody emphasizes running, but a lot of times, I mean, it's punch.
I know there's more.
It's punch shape. I mean, you guys are run, but if they're not doing the burnouts on the bag and they're not doing punch drills,
Well, how about these guys letting you punch them while they're doing sit-ups and hanging on a bar? How about that type of stuff? That's what I'm talking about. I saw that by a couple guys, and I said, "Man, you were taking those punches." They go, "That's how you do it."
But my thing is, I'm just saying, like, when I trained Paul Spadafore, if anybody ever got a chance to see him train, and Jimmy did, the guy would go in the bag, and he was a machine for round after round. I would have to stop and pull him off the bag and to get him to slow down, and the punch rate was unbelievable. Did he do his road work? Absolutely. But in that gym, there's nobody that threw more punches. Him and Monty Clay.
Right.
Meza Clay would throw punches from bell to bell in the gym, too.
Non-stop.
I'm not just talking about in the fights, but that's what a lot of kids don't realize. It's punch shape. They're doing all this strength and conditioning, lifting weights. Listen, you can bike all day long, but if you're running a marathon and while the other guy's out running and you're riding a bike, when you get to the marathon, you're going to be tired. It's like a marathon runner. He can run all the miles he wants. So you put him on a heavy bag.
This is why I wanted you on the show to talk boxing.
He'll be tired in 1 minute. He can run 26 miles. Put him on a heavy bag. He goes 1 minute, he's tired. So it doesn't transfer over like everybody thinks it does. There's all kinds of give and
No,
take.
my mind is open that way because when you see like Le'Veon Bell hold out, Smoking Jim loves him. I like him as a player, but not for $14.5 million. He come back last year, the first four games of the year, he was in great shape.
Right.
Did he run? Not well.
Yeah.
He wasn't coordinated with the offensive line and things like that. I mean, football shape, boxing shape.
That's right. It's all
To
kinds
me,
of
it's
different
another
shapes.
level.
It's a different shape, right?
And it's a level that you take them from here, the foundation that you build them up. Okay, they're punching in the gym. Now they're doing other workouts. They're doing other things where you're beating them up because
Right.
they got to be able to take a punch.
Right.
How many guys come in there, great-looking guy, he can't take a punch.
That's for sure.
What do you try to do then? Hey, thanks for coming out, but
It's hard to strengthen the chin. I mean, the only thing you can do is get them in great shape. That's how they'll take a better punch.
sure,
But some guys are born with a chin just like they're born with punching power.
I understand that.
Sure.
No, I
Hey, I want to get
understand
these
that.
boys on there.
Well,
Come here.
I
Get
got to
these boys
talk
on
to
there.
Tom.
Okay.
We'll get a couple
Okay.
guys in
They
here.
have to go home.
They still.
They have to do their homework.
Hold it. We got an hour show. You mean these guys can't talk for that long? That was Tom Yankella.
And I want the girls, every one of them.
All right, tell me your name.
My name's Alan Morello.
Them.
Alan Morello.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm the new head coach for the Third Avenue Gym downtown.
I didn't know that. Welcome
Yeah,
aboard.
Thank you.
How'd you get the job?
I was a fighter out of Third Avenue. I did a Golden Gloves myself.
I got to ask these questions because remember,
Absolutely.
the hardest question I ask is your name. The rest is about you. So you
Right.
got to tell me about you.
Well, I started out from day one at Third Avenue Gym. Just wanted to do a one-on-one sport. I was a former wrestler. Had a half
You
scholarship.
still look like a wrestler.
Yeah, I miss it. I ain't gonna lie, I miss it. But had a scholarship offer. I tore a shoulder, but I tried boxing because it didn't have the same pain as wrestling did. You know what I mean? More of a push than it was a pull. which
I gotcha.
worked
I
out for
understand
me.
that. Yes.
You know what I mean? So I got into boxing.
What'd you do then?
It was at 2001. I think I was my first Golden Gloves. I won at TKO'd the guy in the finals.
TKO. Nice.
Not bad for the first Golden Glove, you know. I was nervous. Won a 1-2. Didn't know the 3 yet.
1-2 helps.
Right. I won on a 1-2. Second Golden Gloves, I actually lost to a boy you're probably familiar, Jesse Lubash.
Wow.
I lost to him in the finals. Yeah, and then I came back in 52 at 152 and won it again. So I did this boxing for a while. More injuries popped up, just like Tommy Yankella said. I have a surgery right here.
Come on, quit following his lead.
I know.
He had 27 surgeries. We're not trying to top
Right,
this.
let's try to. Yeah, I'm trying to one up him. You know, surgery here.
I
chest
deal with
surgery.
one-uppers all the time. Go ahead. Come on with this. Let's see what you got.
I got a arm surgery here. I tore pectoral muscle here. I still got a pretty severe deviated septum at this time.
How come your nose is a little slanted?
I know. Can you believe it?
Well, you're looking straight at me. I could tell.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's another reason.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. At least
That's
you know.
another one. He's getting close to him. He's not hitting 27. I already broke him down. He's done.
Right. Tore AC joint in my shoulder. Tore the AC joint. There's the other one.
How could you forget that?
Right,
We're up
right.
to 7.
Right. It almost went into the growth plate, but thank God it didn't. So I missed a sport, you know what I mean? But the doctors wouldn't have.
So now, with
Yeah.
all these injuries, just to show how stubborn you are like the rest of us in sports, you kept boxing.
Absolutely.
You didn't stop.
Absolutely.
You didn't think of quitting.
Nope, not at all.
What are you doing today?
Now I'm the coach. I stayed in the gym for a while when I couldn't fight, and I missed a sport. And people asked me. Rick Manning actually asked me about being a boxing coach. In the beginning, I was like, no, I don't want to be no coach. And now look at me. I'm sitting here.
Third Avenue Gym.
Third Avenue Gym, right? You know,
Right downtown Pittsburgh.
absolutely. Jimmy Svedek, lawyer. They've known me since I was been a kid. Now, you know what I mean. So I've been around.
How old are you now?
35.
That's not bad.
Not bad, huh? Yeah, right. I'm
With all those injuries.
new trainer. Right.
Yeah, I got that. The hair's slicked back nice.
Yeah,
You're good.
yeah, I'm trying to stay
glad
pretty.
you could be on TV with us, Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Right,
This will
right.
be on Verizon 32 all over the greater Pittsburgh area. So if you have Verizon, if not, I'll put a link on Facebook, and we got a page called Pittsburgh Sports Line. I got a smartphone. I know how to like things. Get your smartphones out like Pittsburgh Sports Line. We hit a high of 6647. So an old guy learned some new tricks. Time you got to like Pittsburgh Sports Line. Get on that.
I got you.
All right, you're on the show now. Now, what else? What do you look forward to with Third Avenue Gym?
Well, right now we have. I just have one of my fighters, Damian Palmer. He's a sub-novice fighter. He just won his first Golden Gloves. I have. I have Jesse Thomas. He's
What weight is he?
heavyweight. Look at this. Look at this guy.
I was trying to guess.
Look at right.
I'm a little bit off.
That's why I said, look at this guy, huh? I got Jesse Thomas. He's a novice. It's his first state finals as well. I'm really looking forward to that. We've been working really, really hard. We sparred before we got up here, sparring with the best. Yeah,
You guys do any road work though?
absolutely.
I like to check on that because a lot of people lie to me.
Well, I tell them this: like, I can't teach you how to run. Everybody knows how to run. You know what I mean? I can give you, running programs as far as that, but I don't. These guys should be to the point they know how to run. I do the fundamentals of boxing. As far as the conditioning, as far as hitting the bag. Just like Tommy said, you could run 8 miles a day, but it's not boxing shape.
No, he was saying 26.
26.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, 27 miles.
See, because I was blessed. I can talk a lot as the talking machine, but I have 2 ears. I actually listen.
Listen too. Yeah.
So you
yeah.
got to be careful.
Right, I
even
gotta
if
watch
you,
what I say.
Even if you tore that AC joint in the pec. All right? They're
Exactly.
one on one side, one on the other. You're not balanced.
Right.
We got to work on your balance up here. All right, so you got these young kids geared up to win these championships.
Yes, I do. Yep. And so we're ready to go. We're pretty prepared. You know what I mean? I'm excited for these guys. They've all been working hard. They've been busting their hump, and I couldn't ask for more.
Well, I'm glad I had you on, and I'm glad you could tell us about your injuries and
Yeah,
what you
right.
look forward to. Nothing but success to you.
right, thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate
I'll bring his fighter on if that's all right.
Go ahead. I want to hear all of them. All of them.
Well, he's standing up, looked uncomfortable. Sit down. Tell us your name.
My name is Damian Palmer.
And what are you?
I'm a boxer from 3rd Avenue Boxing Gym.
Well, he just said that, so I wanted to make sure you knew what we were talking about. How long have you been fighting?
I believe I started in 2014 until now.
So roughly about 4 years.
Yes.
What got you into boxing?
Me and Gerald Sherrill, we was on the football team together back in Perry, and he told me to come down, and he got me into boxing.
And you liked it?
Yes, I did.
You like hitting people?
Yeah, it feels good.
How about when they hit you?
Still feels good.
Okay, that's what I like about the guys and girls in sports. I ask them when they get hit in the face, what do you think about it? Give me another one because I'm going to come after you and hit you next.
Give you 3 more back.
I got you. What's your favorite punch?
The hook, the left hook.
Let me see it. I'm close to you. I got you partially blocked. We'll let you go on that.
Okay.
And what do you think about this boxing? How was it to win your championship?
Oh, it was good. It was good. Actually, I fought on an injury. I tore my tricep right a week before the fight, and
You're kidding.
yeah, a week before the fight, I tore my tricep, and I wasn't going to fight. But Coach Allen, he believed in me. He was like, "You could do it. You could do it." You know.
Well, look at the injuries he said, and he kept fighting.
Yeah.
So you know what he's going to say to you.
Yeah.
Get out there and fight, kid. And you did.
Yeah, I did.
How did it feel?
It hurt. It hurt like real bad. Like it was hard for me to do my jab, but tough.
You got enough punches in.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what counts, and you won.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
21.
Hey, congratulations. Good luck in everything you do in the future.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
We got you standing here. Tell us who you are, and you can't be a boxer.
My name is Marianne Tunis, and I'm a boxer.
When did you start boxing?
I started towards the end of 2014, so close to 3 years now.
Okay. And what got you into boxing?
Well, when I was a kid, my dad and my uncle would always box and practice kung fu.
Who are they? What's their names?
Jose Antunes and Giovanni Antunes. They're from Honduras. But I asked them if they could enroll me in like kung fu classes or boxing, but they told me I was already doing too much at the time because,
Really?
yeah, I was practicing other sports. So
What sports?
my main sport was always soccer.
Are you fast?
I don't know, ask him. He knows. He should be fine.
Everybody's fast compared to him. I understand that. Ace Deuces, come on. He lost 90 pounds. What was he then?
I don't know.
All right, we'll let that go. So I'll assume you could play soccer pretty well.
Yeah, I played for Mercyhurst University in Erie.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's great. How many years?
4 years.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you get a scholarship?
Yeah, I did.
How'd I guess?
I I don't know.
Did you get a degree?
Yes, I did.
What's your degree in?
I double majored in medical biology and sustainability studies.
So you're smart and you like sports.
Yeah, I love sports and love academics as well.
Well, I could tell, and this is what you get. People involved in sports can be smart, go to school, don't listen to Smoking Jim and get homeschooled. Go to school, get your education. And do you work?
Currently, I'm an assistant soccer coach at Geneva College in Beaver.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I'm getting my master's degree there, so that's my assistantship, and that's how I get scholarship.
I knew you were a smart one hanging around here smiling. I'm glad we got it out of you. Tell them your name again.
Marie Antunes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And what are you doing in boxing? What's going on there?
It's pretty much, well, I've always been a competitive person, and after,
Well, you like to win.
Yeah, it feels good.
I'll just call it like it is because I'm a sports guy, too. I like to win, too.
Yeah, but it's just something about overcoming your own limitations that's very rewarding.
How about the progress that you see? What makes me proud is like coaches helping other guys and girls. They'll see them start out here. They don't know anything. And to see them progress fight by fight, day by day, that's what I like to see.
Yes, it's really rewarding to work side by side with people that are so hardworking,
And there's no quit in their game.
No.
And yours either.
No. No, boxing is definitely, out of all the sports that I've practiced, and competed.
And played.
Yeah, it's the most demanding one. Not only physically, but mentally. You got to be.
Well, sure, somebody's going to hit you.
Yeah.
Imagine that. No matter how pretty you are, they're still going to try to knock you out.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And then you're going to try to hit them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
You have to be ready.
Again.
Punch back.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got a favorite punch?
Got a favorite combination.
Yeah.
I like
Tell me.
The low jab and the chop. Yeah, that's.
Everybody got to have something. That's great. Well, thanks for being on our Pittsburgh Sportsline TV show and talking to the talking machine. Right. You have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Tell them your name.
Keontae Irving.
I seem to recognize you.
Yeah. I got a different haircut now.
I know. I like that style.
Yeah, different dude. Something new.
I let it grow a little longer at times too, and you're letting it out a little. So.
Yeah. Got to.
First, I got to say, congrats.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
I knew you could do it. I knew it took a lot of hard work and a good guy in your corner. I see the shadow right there.
Oh yeah.
He's looking right at you.
Yeah. That's the man right there. Got me right, man. Got me right.
I know. How'd your fight go? I like the blow-by-blow stuff of a fight.
Oh, fights go good, man. My last fight I just had, I had a third round.
Tell me a little bit about this.
TKO against a guy from Detroit, man. Pretty tough guy, too.
You're kidding. A TKO.
TKO, man.
This doesn't happen in Golden Gloves very often.
I know. I'm dropping them bombs on him.
What'd you hit him with?
That right hand.
Throw that right hand out.
I can't do it, man. It's too dangerous. I might crack your camera. I can't do that, man.
I respect your opinion, luckily. I've seen you train.
Yeah.
I know you can take it, and I know you can dish it out. So what happened? You got this guy with a TKO towards the end of the round, middle of the round, or what happened?
Well, first round, second round, I was wearing him down a lot. Jabbing, going to the body good.
Just the Yankello jab.
Got to, man. That jab is bread and butter of your whole game, man.
He made a believer out of me, and I see he convinced you.
Yes. He built my whole game off the jab. So, steady working that jab, sets it up to go into.
What'd you start to see?
Started to see him open up after using that jab, poking him to the stomach, poking him up top, then going towards his body. Then that right hand was just landing.
Get out, right to the head.
Right to the head every time.
He was wide open.
Yeah. He was taking some shots, man. I don't know how he was taking them right hands. I know I couldn't take them right hands.
Get out.
I swear.
Come on, I've seen you hang in there getting bombed a few times. Not often, but a few times.
Yeah.
I know you can take a punch.
Yeah, definitely got a chin on me. I've been working with your boy Ed Lattimore in the past, so.
Well, that's my man right there. He's a tough guy and one of the smartest guys I know.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
It's very smart. Very smart.
Definitely. If he can't beat you with a punch, he'll beat you with me like the words.
Right.
I got my money on him. No, that's great. You're working out with him because he's a heavyweight.
Yeah. He's strong, man. He's tough, man. We had some good sparring sessions together.
I'd like to see one of those off the record.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some
man.
banging going on there.
Yeah, definitely some heat being thrown.
Now, what's it look like in your future here?
Oh, I don't know, man. I just keep plugging away at these amateurs. You know.
You look in great shape. What's the weight?
Oh, I'm at 165 now. I used to be
What?
at 78.
You did come down like you told me.
Yeah, I came down, man.
You
Made
told me
weight.
that. I said I didn't believe it, but because you look great at 178.
Yeah, man. I got the diet clean. You know.
Clean eating.
Clean eating good food. You know, staying on.
Get your fluids.
Get the more running than doing a lot more running.
You told me the last time you were running.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot more running.
Is it around that lake or something?
Yeah, I was running around the lake. That was back
I
when I
didn't
was
want
in
to bring that
Colorado.
out in front of your boss because then he would have known you told me your secret.
Yeah. Running the hills, hitting the bag, a lot of bag drills, you know.
Well, sure, you got to keep that up.
Yeah, keep the punch shape like Tommy says. That's the key, man.
I listened to that, and I
Yeah.
listened to you the last time you were on. It was great having you on our show.
Oh,
then.
I love coming on the sports line, man.
Well, we like to promote you and the positivity and the success that you've had.
Yeah.
And we like following your career, and we wish you the best of luck, continued success.
Thank you.
Good luck in all you do.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
that right is awesome.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys.
Don't hit me. I'm still keeping my pretty
No,
face.
yeah, you gotta stay pretty,
I
man.
got to for TV. Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
All right. Good. How you doing? Good. Tell me your name.
Orlando Ellis.
And you box. What weight?
165 and up to 178.
All right. You're like Keontae.
Yeah.
Get out. You're following in his footsteps. How long have you been boxing?
I've been boxing for 2 years.
2 years. What got you into it?
My dad, he's always been a boxer. My uncle Richard.
You almost had to then because of the family. Peer pressure come in.
It's all in the family.
Do you like it?
I love it, man. I love it. I want to make it my career.
You got a nice face. They hit you a couple times or what?
Make a miss.
Get on. Is that it?
sir.
That's
Make
a
'em
strategy.
miss, make 'em pay.
What's your favorite punch?
Mainly the hook and that uppercut, that jab. You know what I mean? I love the body. I love the body.
Go after the body. The head will die.
Yes, sir.
I
Make
like
'em-
that.
Make the legs weak.
Yeah, definitely. You get some road work in?
I run a lot, man. I run a lot.
Good. You look in great shape.
Thank you. I
You look
appreciate
under 165.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna come
You look
down.
like about 162.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down. Probably after this.
Are you?
Yeah, after.
What are you looking for?
About like you said, 160, maybe 165.
You feel comfortable there? You eat clean?
I love it. I eat clean at 178, but mainly just dry muscle at 178. A lot of lifting, you know what I mean?
Sure, I understand that. I know a little bit about sports, so that's why I can talk about it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you've been doing this only 2 years?
2 years, and I made it this far thanks to my coach Brock Cole, Castle Boxing.
Castle Boxing out of Johnstown.
Yes, sir. We worked
How'd
hard.
you get here tonight?
He
You get
called me.
lost.
Nah,
You get lost and you made it.
Nah, Derek called my coach.
Yeah.
And my coach called me. He said, I'm at work. Actually, I work 8 to 5 at Chrysler.
Where at?
Laurel Chrysler. He called me. He said, man, they got an interview and everything down in Pittsburgh for you. So if you want to go, that's on you. You know what I mean? So
And now you
I
got
just-
a bonus. You're on TV. Pittsburgh Sports Line with Al Levine, the talking machine, and Smoking Jim Frazier. How can you beat that?
Yeah, I've never.
You're hitting top shelf here.
Yes, sir.
Then you got to go back to work tomorrow morning.
It's all good.
What time you leaving here? Soon.
Pretty soon, maybe right after this, go back home. I wanted to get some work in while I was down here, but you know what I mean?
Just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to wake up early in the morning, probably.
What
about
time?
6 o'clock, maybe 5.
You get started then. What are you going to do?
Go down to the gym, work a little bit of angles, speed bags, stuff like that. I work a lot before I start my shift at 8, so I do 2 times a day, some days, 1.
2 times a day workouts, and when do you lift weights?
Usually, mainly like after like my second workout during you know what I mean. After my second workout, I get in there, do everything, and
Do
then
your weights and-
Yeah, do my weights, run.
Then when are you eating during the day?
When I get home, my schedule's busy, man.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, 8 to
How old
5.
are you?
20.
20 years old.
Yes, sir. This is my dream. I'm going to make it come
I
true.
like your dedication.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
being on Pittsburgh Sports Line, and good luck and
Yes, sir.
continued success.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Thank you.
Who's next? Hey, this is the guy I've been wanting on my show.
How you doing?
Good. I'm great.
Yep.
Tell them your name.
I'm Ted Merconja.
He was the sick Merconja. Missed our show. Very disappointed I was.
Yep.
I'm trying to recover from it. Saw you fight. Feel much better.
Yep. Feel great.
How you doing? You look great.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not enough people tell me that. You know that.
They're not talking to
I could use some
positive guys
compliments.
like me. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
You give out the kind words and good words, but I
Yep.
pass them back to you to keep you strong.
That's it.
I respect what you do.
Yep.
I've seen you from a little kid growing up into becoming a young man with
Yep.
power punches.
Oh yeah.
Show me one of those power punches. Hit ace deuces. Here.
I would, man, but phew,
He's sitting there for
I
me.
feel bad for him, man.
Oh, okay,
I
we'll,
hurt him.
we'll let that go.
I'm his ride.
Okay, then
Yeah.
don't take it out on him.
Yeah.
Especially he might need that
he drives
left
with his
arm because he leans.
Yeah,
He does
yeah.
that lean when he's driving.
Yeah.
He's a
We
leaner.
ain't doing any of that.
No.
That's on
No
the road.
texting driving. Get out of here.
That's
He'll
on the road.
he'll drive himself home.
Yep.
What's it look like with boxing? What's happening?
Everything. The sky's the limit, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
No, you just won.
Yeah. Just won. Last fight. When was that? Last
Just-
month.
yeah.
Late last month.
Yes.
Good fight, you know. It was close, but pulled it out. You know, that's what we all.
Hey, that's what counts. You hate to see it go to the judges, but it does. You did well.
Yep.
Definitely.
And-
What's in the future now? What's going on?
Hopefully.
See what happens.
Yeah, here we're going states. Hopefully the nationals. And let's get my name out there.
I understand.
Keep growing up the popularity, reputation. You know, people start coming to me.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
We'll make it
This'll
work.
help Pittsburgh Sports Line Teddy Merconja Jr.
Yep.
We got him on finally.
That's it.
Definitely. Now, are you still in high school or did you graduate?
Graduated.
That's what I thought. I knew I missed a year.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Graduated
you
from-
recovered from some injuries and things like that. You look in great shape.
Thank you.
What's your weight?
132.
132.
Yep.
Come on, you look leaner.
Really doing?
Yeah, you do.
See,
You're
look at this.
looking
More
lean.
compliments.
You're
making
you're
my-
looking
making my head
lean.
big, making
I-
my head big.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to try to do that because those other guys are trying to take that head off.
They are. What's up with those guys, man?
Well, it's sort of like you.
Yeah.
You want to take them down.
Yeah.
I understand the sport. You're in it to win it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always in there to win it, man.
Well, with your dad yelling in your corner, how can you not be?
It's either-
Come on.
Yeah, it's either I'm in there to win it or I'm outside at night.
Well,
sleeping
you're
in
gonna
the
be
grass.
walking home.
Yeah.
And luckily you live nearby, so you
Yeah.
don't have to walk as far.
Yeah.
No, but I see you driving home with him or your dad.
Yeah.
No, you have some great coaches out there. I've watched your progress.
Yeah.
I'm proud to know you. See you in the ring.
Yeah.
See you throwing those punches. You got some power there now.
Yeah, I do.
I know that man power you
Yeah,
told me about.
there it is. That's that man strength right there, man.
It come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm an alpha, man.
Yeah.
I'm an alpha, you know?
Well, hey, alpha dogs, that's fine.
That's
you
it.
got to keep working at it.
Yep, that's it, man.
No,
I
I see that. How many times you work out a week?
Ooh, I'm working out twice a day at least.
Are you 2 times a day?
Yeah.
No quit?
No quit. I'm there at 1 o'clock, give or take. I might sleep in.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah, and then I'm there at night, you know?
Sure. Just pounding the bag,
Yep,
getting
that's
some
it.
work in,
Yep.
practicing,
Oh, for sure.
staying lean and mean.
Fighting machine.
I got it. With the talking machine.
Ooh, fighting machine with the talking.
It rhymes there. We got it all on Pittsburgh Sports Line.
That's it.
I'm glad you could make it to the show.
Yeah.
And we'll look for you. You'll be fighting on this card?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
we'll see you then. We'll be filming those fights.
Yeah.
You know we're fans of yours, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
usually talk highly of you in the ring.
Yeah.
Because people get upset that we're rooting for certain fighters.
Yeah.
How can I not root for
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I like you.
Yeah. And I mean, how
I
can-
mean,
how can you root
it's
for the
as
bad
simple
guy?
as that.
How
I
can you root
can't.
for the bad
I
guy?
can't root for the other guy,
Yeah.
especially if they're from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about Pittsburgh. I
Yeah.
want Pittsburgh winners.
That's it, right there.
That's what I'm looking for. Hey, Ted, great having you on.
Yep.
Good luck to you.
Well, thank you.
You
Thank
take care and keep in shape.
I'll be back.
All right, we'll have
All
you
right.
again.
Stay for a minute. It is wonderful to be around coaches like him, Carmen, and you, Merconja. They're good boys. They're good young men. He was a young boy when he trained down the PK's place.
Yep, down 8th Street.
Yeah, so it's many years, 40-some years.
We're going to talk to him because he got in a seat that's furthest away from me, and my arm can only stretch so far, so I've held him back. I've held him back a little bit.
This boy is a young man, champion inside and outside of the ring. I know him. I know his father. It is wonderful to see that. I'm proud to know you, Tango.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy. All right, switch seats. If you want to hang out with us, you can still hang out with us.
Oh, we know he's
Smile to the camera. That's enough. No. Sorry. Yeah.
Easy.
All right. When did you get started in boxing?
I got started. I just
Tell the truth now.
No, I just had a talk with somebody about this. 1997.
How old were you?
9.
Okay.
9.
That's a good answer. What made you get into it?
My dad took me to a show. I got to see Billy Romero fight. Oh, who did he fight? He fought at your gym. Eddie Chambers.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy Romero fought Eddie Chambers, and I got hooked. And then my dad introduced me to Johnny Vivio at the Exercise Warehouse, and it didn't really work out too well.
That Exercise Warehouse is a great place.
Mark has
Classic. I've been there. It's unbelievable with the mirrors, the weights, the signs, just the history there.
It's just a true iron factory. And then, they had the boxing area upstairs. No ring or anything. And then we met.
That's all right. You can shadow box all you want with the mirrors and everything else.
Yeah, you can do a lot of work up here. I mean, there's bags and, it's a nice area.
It truly is a great facility.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Mark's a great guy.
I've known Mark. I'm from Bloomfield originally.
Are you?
Yeah, born and raised on Weinbittle Street.
Get on.
Yep, just down the street from Alexander's.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we ended up down PK's with Jimmy McHale. I mean, I miss him. Jimmy was Jimmy was in my corner for a lot of my fights. I still have his mother's medal that he stuck in my shoe.
What?
Yeah, in Erie, Jimmy stuck a medal in my sock and said this was his mother's medal. And
did it bring you good luck?
It did. I beat a kid.
Then you got to thank him.
That's right. I got to thank Jimmy a lot.
He's always looking for that little edge.
Yeah. Except for when he puts donuts on my lap trying to make weight. When I was like 12 or 13, I couldn't have a drop of water. We had to stop in Cranberry to get donuts. I'll never forget it. My dad was driving. Jimmy, he was in the front seat. So McHale was here, some other guy that I never met before. When I was in the center, we had to stop in Cranberry, and I couldn't have a sip of water, and he put a box of hot donuts
in your lap
right here. He said, "Hold these, kid."
Well, you know what? That actually builds character. I gotta agree with him. That builds character. That's the type of guy he is.
I think it was Orms, to be exact.
Wow. How many did you eat?
I couldn't make weight. I had to fight Adam Banco from the Lower East Side up in Erie, so I couldn't have none.
You actually didn't eat one. See what he did? He tested you
to being a fighter. Now I'm a coach and I eat it in front of them. So you learn from
You're 180 degrees away from what Jimmy was teaching you. I got you. That's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, it works out in life. Life comes at us differently.
Yeah, I mean I'm very glad to be a part of the team that I'm a part of. I help out with his dad, with little Teddy.
Sure.
Jerome
I've
Baxter.
seen you at the gym. I've had you on the show.
Yeah.
I've seen you in the ring yelling and screaming and
I get
trying
loud.
to get these guys to listen to you because they got 2 ears, but they got a head thing on top of them. They don't always hear you.
For the most part, the guys that we have listen real well. We have a couple new additions to our gym. Gary Jackson, I think he could be
Boy, the last fight, he knocked that guy out in the last round. That was unbelievable. Rarely do you see that in Golden Gloves.
I mean, he hits real hard. I mean, all our guys work.
He has some long arms.
Oh, it's like fighting a pterodactyl. I mean,
I knew I could bring it out of you.
It's okay. But all of our guys, I mean,
he's a great young fighter.
Yeah. Gary's going to be good. Teddy
is good. Come on, man. We're right there.
No, there's not to sound biased. Teddy.
Go ahead, sound biased.
There's Teddy and everyone else.
Okay.
Teddy, I mean, I'm very.
His head looks like Barry Bonds did after he was on the PEDs.
You know what? We could take him to the Macy's Day Parade at this point. I mean, we'll be.
Whoa! That's even bigger. I got that.
But no, I'm very glad. I'm grateful
Yeah,
for
but
the.
he works hard to do it.
All these guys work hard. Everybody at all the facilities that it was a blessing that Jimmy asked me to be a coach, a part of this team. And it's actually an honor. I mean, I've known Jimmy since I couldn't see over this table, and
Well,
now,
since he gave you donuts to ride in the middle of the
yeah,
car.
you
We
know,
got that covered. Glad we could handle that story.
these guys that I'm affiliated with, you have never seen young men work like this. It inspired me to lose. I was 357 pounds. And
Now what are you?
I weighed in today, and I'm not.
Tell me the truth.
263. He'll tell you.
104 pounds down.
No, 90.
94.
Yeah, 94.
I was trying to exaggerate.
It's okay. 104 sounds real good.
104, baby.
We're getting there. But these guys have inspired me. They work harder than anybody. I mean, he calls me, hey, you going to the gym? Hey, I'm going down to the gym. And
Let's go. Meet me there.
either that or he goes down by himself. I mean, these kids.
Well, I know that.
But
Look at the shape he's in.
But, I mean, it goes to say something when the kid doesn't, the fighter, and I don't want to say kid, but he's still Teddy to me. Like his dad's Ted and he's Teddy to me. But it goes to say.
I understand. Teddy Jr., hence, the kid. Yeah.
But it goes to say something when a young man can go to the gym without a coach being there, without somebody having to be on him. I mean, that's what a champion does.
Well, this is the respect that I have when I see people's results and how they got there. It takes something called old-fashioned hard work.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt.
And you have to stay with it, just like in anything in life. And this teaches you, like Jimmy and I touched on, to become better citizens, better people, that you can actually be an example. So what if we're blowing up his head that he can be in Macy's parade? That's okay. He earned it. He did it the old-fashioned way. You worked hard to earn that reputation.
And I feel that we all do. I mean, the coaches, the fighters, everybody at our gym, there's a different kind of expectation when you walk through the doors of Gold Medal.
Hold it. That's where champions are made.
That's right.
I mean, I see that post all the time.
And look where we're at. We got 3.
I'm only half kidding about it because look at Alan Levine, the talking machine. If I didn't brand it that way and keep talking, I wouldn't be the talking machine.
That's
so
right.
I can keep going. But I did let you talk and I did listen. What else do you want to put out there?
April 28th, I think, to speak up for little Teddy, you asked what our goals are.
It is here.
Here, you hang on to that.
You threw that like the box of donuts away.
That's right. I mean, like the Pirates are pitching right now. They're pitching pretty good.
8-2 Buccos. Let's go Buccos.
Like that.
Nobody expected that.
No. But you asked what our goals are.
Sure. What's the future look like?
Right now, it's April 28th.
Okay. That's what we're shooting for. Champions will go on as champions.
One day at a time, one fight at a time, one round at a time.
How about 1 minute at a time?
Second at a time.
I'm with you on that. I like that.
But
we could go that low.
I think right now our sole focus is April 28th. We have the gold medal team. We got our guys to worry about. Jimmy asked me to help the rest of the Western Pennsylvania guys. And we need to – everybody needs to come together. Everybody who can help, anybody –
we're going to help by filming it and rooting for Pittsburgh fighters.
And
I got to go on the record as saying that. We're all for Pittsburgh.
We're not for the Philadelphia Criers. I mean, that's
so what if Villanova won? So what if the Flyers, the Eagles won? Yeah. The Flyers aren't beating the Penguins. This show will be after the game tomorrow, but, Penguins, I predicted before the season started a three-peat. I'm one of the few that went out and said that. I was a little nervous throughout the season with the new players. They flipped the switch on January 1st. Rarely does a team flip a switch where they start winning. And they ended up getting home field advantage, second place. Go Pens.
Absolutely.
We diverted a little away from boxing, but I had to because I bleed black and gold. I understand that.
I'm a diehard Pittsburgh.
I could see what you're wearing.
I'm a diehard Pittsburgh sports fan, but right now I'm a Western Pennsylvania Police Athletic League Golden Gloves team fan, and that's our priority. I love the Penguins. I love the Pirates. I love the Steelers. But right now it's Western Pennsylvania versus Eastern Pennsylvania. That's where my mind is, to make these kids as ready as ready can be.
Well, that's where your focus should be, or Jimmy wouldn't have had you on the show and asked you to help.
Yeah. I mean, it's great.
I had to state the obvious.
It's great that the Pirates are throwing the way they're throwing, the Penguins are ready to go. But right now, this is
April 28th.
April 28th. Right
In red. In red.
Save the date.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
We got it. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show, finally getting to talk. Talked about your weight again. That's good.
Yeah.
Keep the progress up. I'm proud of you.
Horses, we did everything.
We did a little horse talk. Yeah. I had horses back in the 80s, so I understand that.
Let's go.
A lot of winners. No, mine finished. They brought home winners.
Well, we're winding down the show, I take it.
Yes.
Listen, thank you, Smoke Man. Thank you, Alan.
We're going to get these two guys out of here. He's handsome enough to stay in the background.
Thank you.
Same with him. But Gloria, come on up. We'll close it out with you and Jimmy. All right, we want to close this out. You got any closing words for our fans out here who watch this whole enjoyable 1 hour show?
Well, I tell you what, just seeing these boxers and these athletes that are young, they have the whole world ahead of them. They have, what we try to do. I know that myself and Jimmy, and I know you both are a big part of this.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. You're always there supporting us, and we thank you for that, And what happens is we try to open up the doors for them, and once you open up the door for them, if they walk through it, and if
well said.
Exactly, so if they
by the
could
way,
get,
I like your hat.
well, thank you. Okay, but if they walk through that door, there's an endless amount of possibilities for them, and we'd like to give them those opportunities and show them that that's for some. This is the only time that they get a little recognition, being up in the ring, getting the lights.
Great point.
Yeah, and
that's why I'm respectful of the work they put in, the work that you guys put in, and
That's right.
just the people that put that effort in.
That's right, X.
It means a lot to me.
It means a lot to me too, and I know it does for Jimmy. And if anybody has ever done a boxer's workout, that's just saying something about an athlete. Coming in and being able to, go the number of rounds and having the stamina.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
thank you. Let's get Jimmy. Last word here, Jimmy.
Well, we got to thank Greg Causa, who owns this arena, the sports arena. So we go to the sports arena here because of him, Greg Causa. And we are fortunate to meet Sean Logan, Welcome Monroeville. And those guys says, hey, why don't you bring the state champions here? And
that's great.
These two guys met with us and we said, you know what, we will try. We locked it in for the next 6 years.
Congratulations. Hey, I'm glad we could do this show. I'm glad to hear that with the sponsors here and what they're doing here. It sounds great.
Make sure you mention Craig Causa.
Craig Causa?
Yes, and Sean Logan.
Sean Logan.
Welcome Monroeville. Those guys were the kind of the puppeteers to me. I was the puppet. They
were the catalyst to it. You mixed the sauce up.
And I'll tell you what, these guys are sharp. They're good men.
I got to meet them if they made you into a puppet. I want to meet them.
Just like, no, they're my friends. And we had some coffee, and they said, bring it here. Sean Logan said, welcome Monroeville, bring it here. I said, hey, good idea.
I can't wait to see the boxing rings here. It's a great facility.
This is a great facility here.
What do you think, Smoking Jim?
I tell you what, this is a beautiful place. Monroeville is a great location for a state championship right off the turnpike.
Hold it, right near your house?
That's right, God's country. And I'm very excited about this group of fighters that will be representing Pittsburgh.
And I'm glad we could bring some of them on tonight. It was great. We look forward to our next show on Saturday.
I'll tell you what, they're going to have to train hard because Philadelphia sends their best, and these guys are devils. They are no sissies.
I understand that. Hey, I'm going to end the show like I always do. Stay Joey strong.